Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I will show you my ultimate massive shoe collection, so stay tuned. On many occasions I was mentioning that I used to buy a lot of shoes. I stopped it many years ago, but still, as you can see, I have plenty. And just in the name of transparency, I wanted to show you all of them. Starting maybe from the oldest ones, those, I don't know, sandals. I don't know what's the proper name. It's like fake Birkenstocks, but obviously they're not. I have them nearly 20 years. They're very used. They have some damage on the straps, but they're super comfy. The sole is quite used. You can resole this kind of shoes, but it's quite expensive. But there's damage to the straps. So the straps are fake leather, and inside it's like a real wet leather. And I bought them myself when I was, I think, studying, or maybe towards the end of studying some, but nearly, but that was 20 years ago, nearly. And I'm still using them, although because of the damage of the straps, I'm not going like, I wouldn't use them for even dropping my son to school. They look really scruffy, but I use them around my balcony when I'm going outside to hang the washing in our drying area. So they are still in use. But I asked my mom actually specifically to send them to me from Poland, because I knew I had them. I didn't want to buy new. She saw them and the state they are in, and she bought me another pair. I was really angry with her. I know she meant good, and she bought me a very similar pair. It's no leather whatsoever. Not that I want leather shoes, but I think the leather is more durable, obviously, than this kind of fake leather. And nothing here, maybe this part, I don't know if it's cork, but I think it's plastic, where in here I had a real pressed cork. And here those shoes are basically plastic, and they are not comfy. She bought me last year. I tried to wear them, and basically first couple days my feet were bleeding. So I'm really trying to give them a go, but it's that's why I'm putting paper here to kind of like adjust the straps a little bit, just putting a pressure so they more loose, but they're not comfy. Obviously I will give them a go, especially that she couldn't return them because she bought a couple months before she gave me those, and it was only 20 days return policy or something. Anyway, I have an opinion about returning items that are just going to landfill, so anyway, so that would be waste both ways. So, but it's not my purchase. I received them. So that's the pair I bought myself 20 years ago, and that's a replacement my mom bought me seeing my sandals. My second oldest pair are those sandals. They are complete, like 100% leather, apart from the sole, which is some kind of rubber, but those are 14 years old. As you can see, they're misshapen, there's some damage, like really minor damage, but as you can see, the leather, because it's leather, there's absolutely nothing, no damage to the leather. So I know it's not ethical to, you know, slaughter animals for clothes. But if people are slaughtering animals anyway, then I believe that we should use all of the animal, so the leather as well. And right now I would buy second-hand leather, which I think is most sustainable and ethical. But at the time I believed that buying that it will actually save the environment, because I would have to buy less. And that's true. I haven't buy sandals like that, you know, for those 14 years, because I had those, they are not damaged. Another pair of shoes I bought second-hand on eBay, but they were from charity, but kind of like new, because I got them in a box, even with the price tag. I mean, all the labels. I think somebody donated new shoes to the charity, because they were completely undamaged, like new. And I have them 7 years now, and I use them extensively for the first couple years. And if you can see, the sole is used. I try to repair the side with my like a piece of leather, actually from the same shoe. It was a price tag made of leather, and I made a kind of like a patch, but you can see the color is different, but I'm still using them. Their inside, it's a little bit damaged. I don't know if you can see, maybe on the other shoes. Yeah, so they are a bit damaged, but I'm wearing them like when we're going for a walk, and I don't mind, you know, when people see me, the scruffy shoes. The sole is really used, and I think at some point, maybe this year, it will let go, because I can feel every rock and everything. So the sole is getting really thin, but they still have a couple months to go, or even more, and I will use them until the sudden death. So that's my third pair. My fourth pair, which I also bought from charity, I'm not sure if they were like new condition or new condition, but they were from charity, so second hand, and they are 100% leather, and they are really indestructible. And those shoes, the one I showed you, they are also leather, so second hand leather. That's a sustainable choice. Those are leather, and because they have a kind of like a lining, I wear them in the winter, so those are my winter shoes, not trainers, but yeah. And just to let you know, in Poland we have 4 seasons. In Scotland is I would say nearly 4 seasons, but it's raining a lot, so you need to have spare shoes. And you have to have different shoes for the warm weather, rainy, for, you know, for different types of weather. So if you live in a climate where it's always hot, maybe you don't need so many shoes. I know that I have extensive anyway, but in climates where you have 4 seasons, you definitely need some different shoes. So that's why I'm just justifying my collection. But anyway, I know it's expensive. So those winter. Another pair, I'm just thinking about the years. I think I bought them, those are my trainers, and I bought them 6 years ago. And I have used them a lot at the beginning, then I stopped exercising, and I will use them definitely. So they're not going anywhere. They stay with me until they completely used. All of my shoes, I want to use them up like completely, and then I want to let them go, because they're in the state that I cannot pass on. They are either too scruffy, too used for anyone to have any use, and they are too good to recycle yet. So that's why I have quite a lot, because I'm using them up. I don't want to let go just for the sake of decluttering. Another pair, flip-flops. They were a gift from my husband from Brazil. I really wanted to have a pair of Havaianas. I don't know how to pronounce, but he bought me 2 pairs, and one is in Poland, just so I don't have to bring every single pair of shoes both ways, when we're going for longer. So that's a pair of flip-flops, and I really love them. They are really nice as well. They were like special edition. Another pair of sandals, and I was saying that I didn't need to replace those, and that's true. But I had a pair of ice skates. I don't know how if that's the proper name. The shoes that they have played and you skate on the ice. And I didn't plan to skate anymore. I didn't have the opportunity. They were in Poland actually, those ice skates. And I wanted to sell them actually on the selling platform for just a symbolic. They were quite expensive, and I used them very, very much when I was younger. I was ice skating a lot, but I haven't used them for I think over 10 years or so, and I decided to sell them. And there was a girl that said that she wants to not buy but swap, and I should check her items for sale. And I found those sandals that she's selling, and they were similar price for what I wanted to get for my ice skates, so I just swapped with her. And I really like those. They're not leather, but they're from quite good company and quite expensive company in Poland, and there's something in them that I like, and they are really comfortable, more comfortable actually than those right now, because my feet changed after pregnancy, so those are more comfortable now, but obviously I'm using both. So sandals I just swapped for my ice skates. That pair of winter boots I got from my cousin. She got them, I don't know, as a gift or she bought them. I'm not sure what the story, but she was wearing them for a while, and she decided that they are not comfy enough for her, and I have them for over 4 years now, I think going into 5. And obviously because I use them a lot during autumn and winter, I use the sole, and I already repaired the sole for the fraction of the shoe worth, because they are 100% leather and the sole was actually wood. So right now it's a rubber mixed with wood, the rest of the wood, what's left, and they are still in use. So those are my winter, but not for rain, because obviously it's a leather. Those shoes are second-hand, and also I use them as my winter boots, like together with those, but those are like more casual, sporty ones, and they're really warm, so I use them on the cold days, and they were second-hand, just £2 plus postage, so basically nearly free. And I use them all the time. I was showing a couple months ago in my video that I would probably wear them another 2 years, but that's not true. Recently they started to disintegrate completely. I don't know if you can see, all the threads are pulling, they're going completely apart. The holes inside, I don't know if you can see, it's a lot of holes inside, which I thought that they will be fine, but actually this is affecting the outside as well, so they falling apart outside. And what's most important, because that doesn't bother me, the sole has a hole, so they are not good anymore. And I will declutter them in June, so maybe I'll have a couple wear, and you will probably see them gone in my June declutter video, because honestly there's no they doesn't serve the purpose anymore, because it's most of the time it's either after rain in Scotland, in Edinburgh, or before the rain and ground is still wet, so that hole means I will have a wet sock, and so not good anymore. So those are going, but I bought them second hand for £5, I think, together with postage was 8. I have over 2 years of constant use, and now I will just say goodbye to them. They were really lovely, and I don't have casual summery spring shoes like that, so I need to replace those. Although I know I have a lot of shoes, but I don't have a shoes that are for spring and summer in my collection, and they are casual, because I have trainers, but I cannot wear trainers to every outfit, but so I need something like a trainers that are more casual. But for now, so those, the only pair is going from this collection. My only pair of ballerina shoes, which I bought in December for my husband's friend's wedding, and my friend as well. I bought them because I knew that I wouldn't last long in heels, which my husband bought me. Actually, they were like for free because we had a voucher. You see probably that you have seen these shoes in my December declutter. So he got them for me, and I have worn them for 2 hours. So this is something I regret having but anyway, maybe there will be another occasion I can use them, but to be honest, that was unnecessary. I will probably give maybe to my sister. I don't know. I have these heels, but I bought those in charity, so they were like new. My husband got them from work, like a voucher from the certain shop, and he used them to buy those heels. And I bought myself for £4 those ballerina shoes in charity shop. They are leather and something else. The sole inside is cushioned, and they're really nice, but I don't know why. It's just a couple months, and I worn them just a couple of times, and the back of the shoes are starting to disintegrate, and so I don't know what's happening, but it doesn't look cool anymore. So anyway, but I bought them for £4 second hand, so it's sustainable option, and I will use them until they completely let go, obviously. So that's nearly all. That's the last pair, and this is pair I really regret buying, and this is actually from all my collection. You see, only those 2 pairs I bought like new from the shop. The rest is either hand-me-down or second-hand. And obviously those 2 pairs, the flip-flops and heels are a gift from my husband, but those I bought myself, those 2 pairs only. And those are for shoes for hiking, and I have worn them a couple times, but they are not comfy, but it's hard to let them go. They were quite expensive, And I think if we had more opportunities to hiking, I would wear them. But it's quite difficult with our autistic son to plan trips like that for hiking. So we didn't have the opportunity to use them as much. So that's my shoe collection. As you can see, it's really big. But what I'm not planning to buy anything new. As I said, I'm not buying anything new. I'm using what I've got, and when I have to replace something, I always replace with secondhand. So unless, as I said, my mom bought me those without me knowing, those sandals. So that's my collection. Let me know what you think. I know it's a lot. It's really it's not minimal, but it is what it is. I have always struggled with shoes. I really like shoes. I mean, as you can see, I have mostly like comfy shoes, and I like buying secondhand. I used to. I'm now controlling myself a lot. I'm only replacing and using what I've got. So that's it. That's my shoe collection. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye.